that window with all the pictures in?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, so thank you guys, everybody that sent photographs in for me. So what I'll do is I'll certainly edit one from everybody, and I'll try to give you feedback on all of them if I can. I've got them kind of, yeah, we'll kind of run through them. So I can't guarantee to edit all of them, but certainly do some of them. I've actually not edited any of these other than one. The only one I did edit was this one of Daryl's. Just as a quick sort of one. I like this. I think is it Daryl's actually? No, is it Daryl's? Yes, it's Daryl's. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's mine.
Yeah. So nice picture. So this is I think this is the original. Let me just check because it's a nice picture anyway. Revert to original. Yeah, that's the original. So nice original anyway, Daryl. Love the smoke, mate, and the light and everything. It's very, very nice.
It was quite early in the morning when we got there in Derbyshire.
Yeah, yeah, like it. So I just did a quick edit. So, you know, just really, I mean, this one did have a scar replacement in it. Oops, too far. There you go. But, that, you know, that was just a sort of quick one. So that's probably to give you an idea of the sort of things that we're kind of looking at today. So obviously editing is very subjective. You know, I kind of just going to run you through the way my brain thinks. Obviously, you know, you might disagree, which if you do, by all means, you know, I don't mind, you can tell me. So let's go back to grid view and we'll start at the top. So this is Chris's. So Chris sent me 3. So this one, that one, and that one. So I think what I'll edit first, Chris, I'll edit your portrait first because I haven't had many portraits. Okay. Just on this one, what I would just say very quickly is your horizon is way off. You got one leg short than the other, so we'll come back to that one. Okay, so we'll do this one first, and this is one of Chris's. We'll do this one first, Chris, if that's okay by you, mate.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Where was this taken?
This was taken last year in Tanzania. Okay,
cool. So sort of nice picture, sort of nice expression, reasonably sharp. Yeah. The thing obviously that kind of, I don't know how you feel, but the thing that catches my attention straight away is that yellow bright bit, you know, your eye just goes to that. So what I thought would do is I thought about turning this to black and white, and probably as well is kind of give it a crop to lose that bright bit. So what I'm going to do then is we'll nip over and we'll nip over to the edit. Now this is not, tonight's not a Luminar lesson. I'm going to kind of go through things at my kind of speed, but I'll talk you through what I'm doing. Obviously, you know, there'll be recording if anybody wants to kind of play with that. So we'll nip into the crop tool, go in and crop, and I'll keep the same ratio, but what I will do, hopefully not the thing, is I can actually rotate it a little bit. And if I rotate it along the line of that bright area, I can kind of cut that off. So I can come in quite tight. I want to keep it as close as I can. I don't want to lose any more of the picture than I have to, but I'll go in and just take that out. I might just come up. There we go.
Is it important to keep the same ratio?
I mean, you could sort of unlock the ratio if you wanted to. I tend to like to keep the original ratio. I can come in here and I can do freehand, but if I go freehand, then what's going to happen? I mean, I can do it, but it's going to give me quite a long sort of picture. I mean, I could always do that, and I could always crop it sort of down a bit more afterwards if I wanted to. You know, because it is nice to keep a little. I mean, this is nice. I think his little thing on his shirt, his little bow tie thing, that's kind of cool. So you can see it's a little bit snug. This is sort of thing that if I was in, obviously in Photoshop, I could go in there and I could clone stuff like that out. That is not. There is a clone tool in Luminar, but I don't think it would handle that. Actually, now you made me think about it. I don't think it would handle that overly well. But let's do a quick edit on it. It's supposed to be a simple lesson today. So actually, I might just have to recrop that again. I just tiny bit. There we go. And done. Then we're going to go to black and white. So just do it to a black and white conversion. Convert to black and white. And then I think what we might do is have a look at the skin tones. when you convert something to black and white, what you can actually do is, daft as it sounds, you can go into the colour sliders and it will change how it looks. And what I can just do is, if I bring the reds down, it just kind of sort of evens out the skin because I've got that shadowy area a little bit. And sometimes bring the greens up. No, not switch on that one. Just takes that. See that shine on his forehead?
Mm-hmm.
You just take that shine out. So I'm just bringing the kind of the reds down a bit. So that's kind of cool for that. And yep, I think that'll do for that one. And what I might do is throw a bit of a vignette in there as well. So just to bring that amount down, there you go, just constant in that. There we go. And let's have a look if there's anything on the portrait tab that will do it. I don't want to necessarily retouch his skin. We don't want to turn it into kind of a beauty retouch or anything like that. But let's try portrait enhancer, see if there's anything in there. This might work quite nicely. Face light might just bring, there you go, it just brings up on his eyes a touch.
That's good.
Yeah, so there you go. That's probably not too bad actually. That's quite a quick edit. Let me just bring the exposure down. Just make it a little bit. Let's just make it a little bit. There you go. What do you think of that, Chris?
Yeah, it's very good.
Okay. How do you feel about that, Chris? Do you think that's?
Yeah, I hadn't thought about doing it in black and white. I was, it was the yellow bit, which is the mother's sort of clothes that sort of.
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably. So that, I mean, you could have certainly done all of that stuff in Lightroom. So there you go. That's that one. So let's go and have a look. Who's next? Oh, that's quite good actually. Just tell you what we'll just do. Let's just one of the nice things. Let me just hide this. One of the nice things that you can do with Luminar, and I do wish that Lightroom did this actually, it'd be kind of cool. You've just got a simple sort of eyeball here that shows you before and after. But you've also got this kind of slidey thing. And I think I do wish Lightroom did that. I think that kind of.
I think it's really good when you do the skin. If you get rid of like imperfections
and everything, yeah.
It's good to know if you've taken it a bit far sometimes, I think.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, let's go back to Greg. So this was Daryl's then. So okay, let's have a look. We've got Daryl. There's a different one for Daryl. So we've got that one, which you've already kind of seen. I did an edit on that one. I'll probably come back to that one if need to. So I like these, Daryl. So as I say, I haven't. I'll let you choose actually. Which I think I personally prefer Ben. That one.
Sure. Yeah.
So kind of cool. I say I haven't edited these at all, so I'm looking at them completely fresh. I would say that you've got somebody there with a flash on a stick with a grid on it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, all right, let's have a think about that. Okay, right. I like the picture. I like the lighting. I'm drawn to the bright bit, but I don't think I can get like that. I like this. And these are good leading lines. Got a lot of white over here. Okay, and this fence isn't good.
No, I get rid of that. Yeah, I just cropped it to get rid of that.
Yeah, so let's do that as well then, shall we? So let's go and have a look at crop first of all. I try to keep the same ratio if I can. And what I might serve two purposes here actually. I might lose your fence and I might minimise that bright sky at the same time. So I think I might go quiet. Ooh, I could just do with a little bit less of that at the top. Might just do something like that. Okay, so let's try that. Done.
We should try to keep the chimney pots in the picture.
You want to keep the chimney pots in?
You know, at the top of the chimney pots.
You can do. Go on. You think they should be there?
I just wonder if you make sure they're fully in the sky, or not at all.
We'll keep. Okay, we'll go there then. See, that is a bit too close to the top of the frame on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So interestingly enough, it's quite a dramatic crop actually. Having said that, it does.
I prefer it like that.
Yeah, I think it's quite dramatic, isn't it? All right, let's have a vote. Okay, who prefers it? In fact, we won't have a vote. It's one of yours, Daryl. Which crop do you prefer, mate? Do you prefer that one?
Well, I actually did my lightering for the sky and the chimney pots,
Right.
and I kept that in.
Okay.
But I brightened all the brickwork for the buildings behind him a little bit. So it kind of didn't, the sky wasn't as prominently bright as it is because the buildings were lighter as well.
Yeah.
So I preferred it in, but
yeah. No, we'll keep it here because his face then falls on the. I mean, I will say that is quite powerful, and it's certainly worth looking at as an option. But what we'll do is we'll keep it in. Now, what I'm kind of looking at here is you've got your leading line from this wall. So you've got some nice leading lines there, and again from here, you see this?
Mhm.
Yeah. So let's got some nice leading lines there. So we'll go with that.
this is a Glenn shot, Glenn. All of these shots are just because you taught me
Oh,
how
dear.
good it can be to shoot very low.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, shoot low. Right, let's go and try AI enhance and see what that does. So AI accent. Oh, there you go. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's
It's for those that don't know, this AI accents, obviously artificial intelligence. This is kind of I don't know how to do this. It's not like anything that's in Lightroom. It's not really like the dehaze tool. There is something similar to that, but this just looks at the picture, and I suspect this is what they're going to be putting in that new program. It's going to be stuff like this new Luminar AI. So you can see, you just do this, and it just looks at the picture and it decides for itself what it thinks it needs doing. And you know, Darryl said the brickwork up.
They must have programmed this with tens of thousands of images because it's extraordinary that a machine can kind of make that judgment. It's odd, isn't it?
It is. It's quite incredible. Yeah, it's quite incredible. So, in fact, I have to say, straight off the bat, that is probably not bad. In fact, maybe even to the point where it's just had a bit of structure in it, just to bring up these. So structure's a bit like, oh, that might be a bit too much. Structure's a bit like the clarity and the texture sliders in Lightroom. So you see how it really brings the brickwork out. I bring it down. Really brings that brickwork out.
And on the road a bit as well.
And on the road as well. That's what I wanted to do. I want to kind of get this road to lead in. And I think that's really, Darryl, all I might do there is just throw a bit of vignette in it, just to, because obviously the light, he's in kind of a spotlight of light. And then, there you go. It's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that works really well.
Yeah. I think that's quite nice. So let's just have a quick look. So there's before. Oh, there's that.
Yeah, I like that.
Isn't that cool?
Really good.
Yeah, that's neat. And also that little bit of vignette is, we've kind of, by bringing that sky down a bit, that's kind of cool as well. Yeah, I like it. Good. You like that, Darryl?
I do, yeah. Actually, mine wasn't that dissimilar from that.
Oh, good.
Like you, I put a bit of texture in, and I certainly lightened up the houses like that. I think that works really well. Yeah, I do.
Good stuff. There we go. Good. Okay. So you see, with a little bit of knowledge, it doesn't take long to do these. You can edit these really quite quickly. So this is Helen's, one of Helen's. So let's have a look at Helen's pictures. Okay, Helen. This is Helen Basson. Which one would you like me to edit, Helen?
The one this was the problematic one. This one with the church.
Right.
Because I'd seen it earlier in the day when the sky was blue, but when I went back, obviously it was grey, and obviously earlier in the day you could see the church. So the difficulty with this picture as well was the horizon. Yeah, I've tried cropping this down a little bit as well, so I'd be interested to see what you do with it, really.
Okay, so looking at your church, like you said, the horizon looks a bit odd, and I'm not sure if that horizon, I think that might be the lay of the land, because if I look at the
fall away, yeah.
The church is vertical, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think that might be the lay of the land. So let's go and have a look then. Likewise, might change the temperature a bit. Let's just try changing the temperature. That's a bit nicer, add a bit of warmth into it. Let's have a look at geometry and see if we can sort those corrections out. There you go, let's sort that out a bit. A little bit of rotation, I think. Just a tiny bit the other way. I'm keeping an eye on the church, but I'm okay, because you can see my grid. the grid's going there right across the straight of the roof. So that's okie doke. And right there.
Ben, does it let you do the, what's it like, instead of rotating it, it allows you to do 2 bits? Like
Yeah,
the signpost is now out of alignment.
yes, you can do this on this one as well. We can do vertical here. So I could do this. So that
Doesn't do it automatically then, does it?
no, it doesn't. Not on this one. No, you can do that one. There we go. So take that out. The then let's.
That's the way it was leaning into.
So Glenn, I wouldn't be able to do that in Lightroom, would I?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the transform tab. So
that's it. That's the one I was trying to remember.
Yeah. So yeah. So if you wanted that upright, I don't know if it's leaning. I assume in Cornwall they put their signs upright. This one for this one is we probably will have a look at a sky replacement on this one for you. I mean, like you said earlier in the day, it was a nice sky. This happens.
It was blue. It was lovely. Missed the shot.
And then you come at night later on and it's not. So let's go and have a look at a sky replacement for you then. It's quite right. It's not a super duper bright, right? So we don't want to be choosing a super duper bright sunshine sky, because if you look at the shadows and stuff, there's not direct sunlight. So it needs to be quite a sort of a bit of a moody sky, I think. So let's, I don't know how dramatic, let's go. Okay, let's try a dramatic. I haven't actually tried any of these, so we'll have a look. That's actually, colour-wise, works reasonably well.
The rays work quite well, don't they, down on the church?
Yeah, yes, they do actually, yeah. A bit of, oh, that's a bit too much, isn't it? I think that's a wee bit too much. Okay, let's try 3. But first one was looking quite good. I think with a bit of tweaking, the first one might be, well, that one could work as well. That's not dissimilar to the one that was there.
That's good. I think that silhouettes the church nicely.
It does, yeah. So you see, I think it's either 3 else 1. Let me have a look back at 1, because I like those light beams. Yeah, so those light beams coming down, or 3. Let's go look at 3. We've both got light beams coming down, haven't we? I think first one, right, dramatic sky one. Okay, right, good, there we go. So we've got a sky, and we can relight the scene a bit. And we can, let's just tweak these. This might just bring the sky brightness down. Let's warm that sky up a touch, shall we? There we go. Oh, that's better. That's quite nice. Maybe bring the exposure down. Just make it look a bit more moody. And then let's just play around with these. Bit of contrast. See if we can get those light rays to. Let's see if we can get those light rays to pop a bit, shall we? Oh, there we go. And a high sky enhancer. That's bringing them in. I think that's a little bit green, so I might just add a bit of warmth into it. The saturation. Let's just go back to light. Just going to add a bit of warmth into it. A bit of DH, shall we? That might bring it up.
Something I did once, and I don't know how I did it. I was able to move the clouds slightly.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can move the clouds a little bit. Yeah.
Can you remind me how you did it, please?
Yeah, you go to your sky, and you've got a horizon position, and if you bring it down, I need to change the colour back on this now. That's horrible.
But that's
there you go.
That's that horizontal. It doesn't do it vertical as well, then.
Well, you can go upwards, but you can't move from side to side. Let me just hang on. We've got some weird stuff going on. I need to go back to that colour balance. That's gone a bit strange. It's gone a bit.
Because there's one there which has got the sun, and you can direct where the rays going in from the sun. Remember right as well.
Yeah, you can do a sun. You can put a sunburst in there if you wanted to. Just want to get that colour balance right. I'm not happy with that colour balance. It's not golden hour. I think what it was is I put some golden hour into it, which is like a yellow, and I think the yellow on top of the blue made it go green.
Those rays are coming out a bit more now.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of trying to do. I'm trying to balance those rays, bring that.
Would you just show us what it might look like in monochrome?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I think I might want. So
it might look quite
convert to black and white. Quite nice, actually. Yeah, quite nice.
I think I prefer that actually.
But if I bring the contrast up, so let's bring the greens up, that white, that'll bring the grass up.
It really makes the church more prominent.
Yeah.
With the rays and the sign pointing to it, it really leads your eye in, doesn't it?
Yes, it works well, doesn't it? Yeah, it works well.
Nice, that's good.
So yeah, so it's right. It's your picture, Helen. Do you prefer it colour or black and white?
I actually like it black and white.
There you go. That's it then.
Yeah.
Structure. So I might just throw a bit of structure in it then. I find black and white pictures do tend to benefit from a bit of sort of contrast in there. Yeah,
Great.
What does the mask do?
that's a bit more advanced. I'm not going to go into that tonight. We're saving that for the yeah.
Oh,
I've
okay.
I mean, it's basically luminosity masks and all sorts of things, which is stuff we do in Photoshop, and it's a bit techie for this stuff.
Right, it's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Nice composition, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go. Good. There's another one. Excellent stuff. Good. Light rays. Where are we? Pro. Where are we? Close the replacement. Sun rays. Here we go. Let's just have a look. Place sun center. There. Mount. Oh, I'm not sure it works in black and white. Oh, it does. There you go. Whoa, it took a while.
Well,
It took a while. There we go.
Bronze.
The good Lord has appeared.
There we go. Sun ray length. We'll drop those back. The length back. Oh, there we are. Oh, look at this now. We're getting somewhere now. And what we'll do is we'll place it so we get a ray hitting the church. Let's see if we can rotate it a bit.
You want to be clever and try and brighten the church up as well.
Yeah, you could do that if you wanted to. There you go. There you go. I'm not sure if I like that or not. I think I might have preferred it before. Switch it. So that's the good thing is as well, you can just do this. You can just switch it off and switch it back on again and decide which one you like. I think I'll go without actually. Do that, take it off. Don't like that. We'll take it away. Good. There we go. There you go, Helen. Done for you?
Yeah, good.
Good. Quite interesting.
Nice. It's nice to see both the horizon and the signpost straight.
Yes. Yeah, you can
I
do
didn't know you could do that.
Yeah,
So.
in my room it's the it's underneath the lens correction one, so it's actually the 7th one down. This is Helen Watson. Oh, that's a nice one. Helen, I like that one. Okay, that's a bit of a crop to get in there. That's quite nice. Again, you just watch your horizons. You're going downhill. Just easily fix that though. Okay, Helen. Yeah, nice pictures. I know which is my favourite. Which one would you like me to edit?
This one. No.
That one.
The landscape one. No.
I agree with that. That's a nice picture. So, okay, so it's a nice picture. It's good leading lines. I like the leading lines. Not sure if there's a slight tilt in the horizon or not. If I look at the water, it looks like it might be running downhill slightly. So we might just correct that. But this is all good. Nice leading lines. Might just darken this this foreground down. That's a bit featureless, just to lead us in a bit more. So let's have a look at a crop first of all. Then I'll keep the original ratio, and looking at the water, that's your line there. And what I might do is I might minimise. I don't want to lose. What do I want to lose? I can pinch it there. I might just try and lose a bit of the foreground, a tiny bit.
That's better.
Yeah, I think tell you what I might do for this. I might go for a 16 by 9. Let's go a bit more panoramic. Oh, there you go. That's what. That's what we want. Here we go. I can push that up a tiny bit then.
Yeah, that's better, I think.
That's better. So it loses some of this foreground, which is kind of nice. There we go. Good. Okay, let's click on done.
Whilst that's doing, Glenn, on your crop tool there, you've obviously got the rule of thirds.
Yeah.
And Lightroom has got the multiple options with the Fibonacci curve and all the other stuff. Does this do that as well?
No. You can change your crop ratio and you can rotate it up and down, but there's and you can rotate it. But
it's just rule of thirds.
Yeah, there's I mean, there's no overlay change as such. Interestingly, some of the shortcuts are actually the same as in Lightroom, all of them. So that's good for that. Now, I think this one, I reckon we can probably just go straight into the enhancer, let the AI enhancer do the work and see what happens, because you've all got a good sky on this. And straight away, that's not bad. And then the sky enhancer as well. I think what we might do is just put a bit of structure in it, add a little bit of crispness to it. There we go, touch. There we go, that's not bad. Is that a bit too much sky? Sky enhance, let's just bring that sky enhance down a bit. I think that might be a bit much. That's better. And let's see what we can do to the greens and dehaze. That's making it pop. See what we can do. I don't think it's a blue midday type of light, so I don't think the golden hour thing will help it. Oh, having said that, oh, it does get a nice green though. Just pop those greens, doesn't it? Like that. Foliage enhancer will make the green suit. I don't like this foliage enhancer. He's got this this slider on the landscape enhancer called foliage enhancer. I'm not keen. I haven't found a picture yet I like it on. So it does that. It makes your grass glow radioactive.
Ian Pinion would love it.
Yeah, I don't like that one. And then I think might just go in there and again, just I do like my vignettes. You know, it's no secret, and I think contain the shot, and it also helps to darken this base down a little bit. Okay, so let's have a look. See before. So I think, to be honest, it was an easy picture to work with, Helen, because it was all in there. It was just a little bit easy, wasn't it? And I think we just need to bring it out. So that's not bad at all.
Can I ask you where that was taken, Helen?
That was taken in the Galapagos Islands.
Lovely, isn't it?
It's actually one of those, the reason I chose it, it's one of those pictures that you see in travel brochures. Like it's a picture that you see and you recognise where it is. Because actually, where it's taken from, you're coming down from a hill and you just on one path. So there's a limited variety of views you can get. You can't wander off. You just have to take. That's the photo that you take. So it's just to sort of see it.
Beautiful view, yeah, it's lovely.
If anybody's, I know exactly what you're saying. I don't know if anybody's ever been to the Gold Hill in Shrewsbury. I think it's in Shrewsbury.
Shaftesbury.
Shaftesbury, is it? Shaftesbury. You know,
I was there last week.
It's used for the old Hovis bike. You know,
That's it. Shaftesbury.
Yeah.
Shaftesbury, Dorset.
if anyone's ever been there, now I've been there, and you know me, I hate getting the same picture as everybody else. I want a different picture. I've got to tell you guys, there isn't one. There is one picture. There is one position, and you go to the right or the left, and it don't work. And I've tried lower down, higher up. I tried everything. I tried different lenses, and at the end of the day, you go, you know what? That's the picture. And there is only one picture, and it's really, and other than changing the light, so going to a different time of day, other than changing the light, there's not really an awful lot you can do. Okay, so here's Jim's.
Yeah, that's
Pine Bridge.
Yeah.
And some bit of trees, so good for this month's project. And okay, that one, right, I think, okay, I've got my thought, which I'm thinking of. Jim, which one do you think you'd like me to do?
I'd like to go to the Iron Bridge because it was a classic one.
Okay, then we'll go for Iron Bridge then. All right. So first of all, good lines and good exposure, good detail in the sky, everything. Are these kind of edited at all before they're sent to me, or are
These ones are not edited. I took it as part of a HDR package.
Okay.
And that was the one of the middle one of the HDR.
So I think just like in Lightroom, you know, the first place you kind of go to is the exposure and the light and everything. Your colour balance is spot on. Don't need to worry about the colour balance. We'll probably bring back the sky a bit, maybe bring the shadows up a touch. Again, probably vignette it slightly just to sort of, you know, concentrate the eye here. And I'll probably add a bit of texture, clarity, just to bring out the bridge. Yep. So exposure's good. We don't need to worry about that. Let's have a look at smart contrast, see if that helps. Interesting. Actually, it brings back more detail if it's a bit contrasty. Okay, we'll bring that back. Highlights down a touch for the sky. Shadows up a smidge, just to get into these shadows down here. Just get into those shadows. Okay, I think this is definitely going to benefit from a bit of enhance. Oh, we can push this one. Yeah, we can get away with that. That's kind of good. That brings out, so that's the AI enhance. It's very clever, that is. I don't know how that works. That's really good. Let's just enhance the sky bit. So the sky enhancer will just basically, a bit like the dehaze, it will bring down the blues and that type of thing. So just a case of how far we push it. We're well into tourist brochure there. That's probably it. I think your crop's good.
16 by 90, take the green away.
I think your crop's good. I don't think we need to worry about that.
Yeah.
Just wondering if there's a bit. Let me just have a look at the crop. I'm not sure if there's a bit much on the left or not. No, not quite sure. Might just lose a smidge on the left, just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit.
Can we lift the reds on the bridge a little bit?
Yeah, we can do. Yeah. So let's go to colour. We'll go to the reds, and we will saturate the reds. There you go. Pop the reds up for you.
Yeah.
Might bring back the greens down a bit. Let's bring these greens. There's a bit of yellow in those, so let's just bring down the greens a smidge. And then let's have a look at these DHs. And my good old friend, Vignette. Interesting enough, it looks like you've got a polarizing filter on actually, because this got part of the sky's darker blue, and this is than this.
Glad to see it's not just me with a mark on the
No, you've got
the sensor.
there's a retouch tool in here. There's a clone tool, clone and stamp. There we go.
I did check up the price for the AI.
Yeah.
£49.
£69. That's it. That's it. There we go. Good. So let's have a look before and after. So that's before. That's after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
That's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
No.
Very good.
There we go. Good. That's that one. Excellent. We're doing well. We're doing well. Oh, good old Whitby. Jim.
Yeah. No, there's two. That was the one that's. Yeah. There was two from Whitby. There was one. There was one. It was an edited one. That's the edited one where the Luminar, where the sky transition is really poor from the sea to the.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So there's another file. If we did the, see, that's the edited one. But if we did the other one, yes, that's the original. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's have a look. See what we can do with this one then. Okay. So nice. Bit of sea mist and
yeah.
such like. All right. Let's have a look. See what we can do. Okay. Let's go to. Let's go.
Was that looking black and white then, without the green? To get rid of the green.
Yeah. Let's have a quick look at black. Bit flat. We need to do something with it, don't we? So let's go back here. So let's have a look at right. All right. Bring the highlights down a bit. Shadows up a touch. I think we need to add quite a bit of structure to this. So let's try this. AI accent. Oh, that's helping a little bit. And a bit of sky enhance. Definitely wants a bit of structure in there to bring out detail in those cottages. Oh, there you go. That's not bad. There we are. And now, Jim's replaced the sky on this one, and he had a problem, and I can see why he had a problem, because the way that the software works is obviously it's looking for the difference between the land and the sky. So if it's a nice tree or a hilltop or something like that, so a picture like this will definitely cause it issues. But we'll go and have a look, see what we can do, shall we? Right, so we go to the sky tab, and let's have a look. Sky. AI sky replacement, sky selection. We don't want bright blue. Let's have a look. Oh, that works really well. But we just lose this bit into here, don't we? So if I go for my horizontal blending or change this position height, there we go, that could work. We change that height up, there we go, and down a bit. See that lag? Kind of irritating, because you have to kind of do it and wait, but almost. God, if I can just bring it down to smidgeroony, we can just about get on. I think we can probably almost get away with that. Probably just a fraction more. There you go. And what we can do is we can right, there we go. That's what we wanted. Bumped it down here. Horizontal blending down. Let it work. It's magic. There you go, Jim. That's the way to do it, mate.
That's Whitby.
Very good. Yeah.
Horizontal blending. Turn that down.
Jim doing it. Who's going to Whitby?
There you go. That right, just bring it up and soften it. And I might
Really?
Let's just go and have a look at one of these others. Okay, we're getting there now. I think we're getting there. Let's go and have a look at. Let's look at your landscape. No, let's have a look at dramatic. See what dramatic is, shall we? It's quite a dramatic sky now. Okay, let's try one of these looks as well. So what we've also got is you've got you know how Lightroom has presets. Those presets in Luminar are called looks, and you can get it comes with a default set, but you can kind of download other ones and everything. So I've got one here. It's called landscapes. So these are kind of, you know, I'm not a big fan of presets, people know, but you can kind of hover over these. That's kind of a misty morning, and you can always see if you like one of these or not. I've got to be honest with you, generally speaking, I don't. Yeah, I suppose that one's kind of nice-ish warm sunset. No, but I think I'll stick with that one. So go and put my right. Okay, let's go and put my good old vignette in. Bring it down to it. Oh, there you go. That's quite nice. Well, that brings the rays out of the tree. And I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's move that vignette slightly over that. This is something. I mean, you could do this using the radial filter in Lightroom, but one of the kind of nice things in Luminar is you can actually pick it up and move it around, so you can choose where your kind of central point is, which is kind of nice. So we can really kind of bring out those rays in the sky. That's kind of cool. So there you go. Might just bring the shadows up a touch. How's that then, Jim? Let's have a look.
Very good. Yeah, very good.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's go and have a look at the next one. Good stuff. Useful. Yeah, useful. Okie dokie. And we did that one. So these are Karen Coles. That's a nice flower picture. We might do a flower picture. So nice picture, Karen, shame about chopping the top of the trees off, and this is a bit odd here. So yeah, kind of thinking things I like. This is kind of nice foreground. Got some interesting stuff going on here in the foreground. Or you could always have the old footsteps on the beach kind of thing. I'm just thinking a little bit lower and maybe some sort of foreground leading line, so either footprints in there or, you know, some driftwood or something or other, just to kind of start you off.
A bit more interest, yeah.
Yeah. This one here, so your horizon's not absolute level, so sometimes this is a good leading line here, but we've got, when you look at a picture, sometimes we talk about weight, and so what weight is kind of the balance of a picture, and this is what we would say is heavy on the left. You can see here we've got this is quite heavy, so we can do that one. Right, so let's have a look and see which one we're going to go for then. Oh, that's mine. So we've got your flower, beach, or that one. I think that one. Do you want to do that one?
Yeah, because you can drop some of the left-hand side off and see what you do with it.
Don't you? So let's go in there and crop, and we'll keep the same ratio. We'll bring this in and we'll straighten that horizon. There we go. Oh, that was well off, that was. Is that right?
No, not, that's better. Yeah.
That's it. There we go. Do we lose? How much do we lose? How much do we lose? I reckon we can probably lose a bit more.
When I press done, when I'm editing in Luminar, because I've taken it from Lightroom, it goes straight back into Lightroom. You got to.
Okay, well, you shouldn't do that. So what should happen is normally, what should happen is you are done with that tool, a bit like the button in the adjustment brush and various things.
Yeah.
And then what you should do is, in fact, you shouldn't need to do anything. It should come up with apply. I'm pretty sure. Apply, top left-hand corner.
It's apply.
Yeah, it's apply. So done is when you're finished with the tool.
So I'm pressing the wrong thing. All right.
You're clicking on apply. Let's just go into. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the old AI enhance again. That's always a good one to start with. That doesn't do bad. Bring this sky in a touch. Right, go into your light, bring the highlights down because we're losing some of the highlights. Shadows aren't bad. Warmth, let's try a tiny bit of warmth. Let's try cloudy, just add a bit of Oh, that's too much. Don't like that at all. This is a bit bright. So I think we just need, again, I think it might just be the shadows up. That going to help keep it nice and light and airy. Need this to be darker down here. Warmth is good. Let's try. I'm not a fan of the landscape hands, but we'll see what the dehaze does. And I think this will make the, yeah, definitely. Oh, that foliage is horrible. Don't like that at all. Take that one away. So look, bring the structure up. I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, I don't think I'll do that. Don't want to change sky, so that's probably good. I just need to darken this base down. So I think what we'll do there is, again, we'll go with a vignette, bring the amount down. What I can do is I'll take, under the advanced settings, I can take, you've got feather and such like. So what can be helpful, if you turn the feather all the way down to 0, then what happens is, there you go, you can see kind of really where it is. And the nice thing about that is you can then place it kind of where you want to place it.
That's good.
Yeah, so I just want to kind of place it there. So once obviously I've got it happy, I'll put the feather back. And you see how that's darkened this corner down? So by pushing the vignette this way, it's kind of
that's cool.
Start that corner down. And that probably is about it. Might just bring the shadows up a touch more. Because obviously once you put the vignette in, you're darkening the corners as well. So that's probably, let's have a look at that before and after. There you go, before, after.
Much more lively.
Yeah, I think that's not too bad. Quite a nice sky as well. Good stuff. Okay, that's that one. Okay, that's great. Okay, who's, oh, this is yours, Andy. This is the last.
That's mine, yeah.
Rightio, matey. So, good level horizon, I think. That looks good. Again, we might start with a crop. This looks like it's the normal crop. Yeah, let's just go in for a crop on it. I think keep the same ratio. I think what I might want to lose is I might want to lose some of this corner.
That's the problem I have, trying to work out how much to lose and how much to keep.
Yeah, could probably go.
Then it doesn't lead in, does it?
Yeah, kind of like that little bit there. I think, okay, I'll keep that down then. Either that or you'd go for a different shape, but I'll try to keep it the same shape if I can. Okay, I think probably there, lose a bit of this. I'm kind of thinking, I don't know, Andy, but I kind of feel like I want to be standing over here, looking that way a bit more. Because again, it's this kind of weight. We've got, everything's kind of this diagonal. And so I think what we're going to need to do is we need to kind of really put something over here to kind of add a bit of balance to this. So let's go and have a look. See if we can bring some of that sky in. Maybe down a smidge with the exposure. Shadows leave where they are. Might add a touch of warmth. Let's just try daylight. Oh, that's gone green, don't like that. Cloudy. No, don't like those. Keep that as shot. Okay, let's try the AI enhance, and then we'll throw some sky stuff into this. Oh, there you go. That's bringing up some there. That's good. See, we're getting a bit of weight over here now. That's giving us a bit of balance. Let's just bring the sky a bit more. If I can get away without replacing the sky, I will do, because otherwise we get the dissenters having a go. Oh, there you go. That's added a bit of structure to it. That's added
That's better.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. I think this is definitely going to need a vignette to bring these areas down. Let's try the landscape. A bit of dehaze, I think.
Oh, yes.
You can get away with quite a bit of that. Right, might just bring the reds up. So go to the light, go to advanced settings on the light. Let's do the colour. Right, let's just bring the reds up. Saturations on the reds. Bit of luminance on the reds as well. Oh, there you go, got a little bit there. Interesting. Thought that would make more impact with the red. Right, down to the vignette and bring that in.
Does the grass look a bit dull to me?
Yeah, we can bring the grass up. So what we can do is go to colours again. Oh, in fact, let's just see if the grass
thingy might work. Yeah.
Yeah, let's try the foliage enhancer on the grass. Yeah, let's make it a bit more green, a bit greeny yellow.
Just needs a tad brighter, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, so we'll go to the greens, bring the movements on the greens. Might just very subtly change the hue on it. Oh, not that way. Oh, there you go. That's the one.
That's better.
Greens that look like green. There we go. And the good old vignette. So bring that down. Size. Again, you can try the old feather trick if you want to kind of see where it is. So you can place it. And we can kind of push it over a wee bit.
Does that vignette thing do? Can you do that on Lightroom?
You can't do it on Lightroom using the post-crop vignette, but what you could do on Lightroom is use the radial tool.
Right.
You know the radial gradient?
Yeah,
So you could use the radial gradient. And again, I would actually do the same thing that I've done here. So on the radial gradient, if you go to the properties, drop the feather all the way down to 0, then when you draw it, you get a really definite idea of where it is. And then you just soften it back up again. So if you kind of, like I did there, if you do this with a feather, then you can kind of see, you know, exactly where it is.
You can't do it twice like you can with the radial one.
No, you can't. Well, you could, but what you would have to do is you would have to do what's called creative. So again, we'll cover this in the full course. But you can have layers. So what you could do is you could do this as have a new layer, and you could put it on top of the next layer up and do it that way. That's
yeah. Would you recommend doing these tweaks in Lightroom first, then export it over to Luminar 4 to do these last bits?
I generally do. I have to be honest. I generally do. I mean, my kind of go-to still is still Lightroom. So I do most of my edits in Lightroom. But then there are some things that, you know, this just does better than Lightroom. I mean, that AI enhance, I think, is really clever. I don't quite know how that works. On that picture of Daryl, you know,
it is good, mustn't it?
Really cool. And also, I say, there's things like the skin retouch and obviously the scar replacement. But you can see here, and we're not touching any of these. There's all of these boxes, a mask on there, so that you can control where it takes place. And a lot of them have got like advanced settings and stuff, which obviously we'll look at when we do the full course. But yeah, it's a powerful piece of kit. Let's just throw some details. I'm just going to throw some details into these, Andy, because we really want to bring the texture out on these rocks.
Looks good now, must have it.
There you go.
Well, at the moment, it's ridiculously cheap as with your link and your discount. It's well below £50 at the moment.
I mean, look at that. Let me just turn this off and on. I mean, this for structure. Look at that. Look at what that's brought into that structure. That's just astonishing. Look at that. That's just really. Let I just render. If I just switch that off.
Makes it punch, doesn't it?
Really nice detail into it. Yeah, so let's have a quick. So there you go. That's before.
Cool. Yeah.
That's after.
Quite different. Yeah.
Here we go. Good. That was cool.
Really good.
That looks fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so let's go back to grid. I think that's everybody's. We've done a picture for everybody. So.
No, you're not doing me.
Oh, sorry. Who have we done?
Jackie.
Right, Jackie. Where's yours? Is yours in here?
Yeah, I can't see them actually.
All right. Let me go and just bear with me, my lovely. I put them in. I remember seeing your. It was WeTransfer, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And it's there you go. It's, next one. So that one, and that one.
Mhm.
So any preference then, Jackie? Which one would you like?
No, I don't mind. You go. You pick me.
Okay, let's have a look.
That would be the one, I guess. Yeah.
That one here.
Reflections, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
You've done quite a few like that though, so I don't know.
But that one's actually, to be honest, this first one, I don't think that's going to need a great deal. I reckon pretty much that one there will be so. I think that's just AI enhanced. I think. Let's just have a quick look. There you go.
Yeah. That's easy, eh?
Yeah. Then yeah, I mean that one, and then just bring the highlights back. There you go. Might add a bit of structure to it because of the cornfields. This is not going to take long. Bit of boost in that. Whoa, a bit too much. Drop that.
Oh, Jackie, get a double bubble for this one then.
Yeah.
There you go. So I think that's probably not too bad. Straight off. Didn't think I needed a great deal to it.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So let's go for this one then. Okay, it's going to be a bit more of a test of this one then. I like the rocks in the foreground, good leading interest, bit of space on the right. like the sun over there. Think I'll crop it and lose a bit of this side and bring that down and about there. I like the rocks. I like that light. I might do something with that. Okay, let's try there. Okay, so that'll do.
Yes, nice rocks. Is that from your prop bag?
Bloody big rocks if they are.
Yeah.
So bring the light up and light. So bring the shadows up a touch. Bring those highlights down. Keep that sky. Bring the shadows up a smidge. There we go. Not too much. It's a DNG, so we should be good. Let's try the AI enhance. See what this does for us. Well, that's interesting. See, that's interesting. See, I went and let me just reset it. I won't reset that. Interesting that I went in and did the highlights and the shadows, and when I did AI enhance, it basically did the same things for me. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Basically did what I did, but all in one slider. Might go and do your color balance. Let's try cloudy. Add a bit of warmth into it. That's better. I like that. Highlights all the way back. See if we can bring a bit more. I think there might be some noise down here by the looks of it. Okay, I'll have to throw a bit of denoise in a second. So add a bit of structure to it. Bring those rock. All right, that's kind of nice with the beams out. Bringing the beams out. This is looking good in the sky. Let's bring those blues down. So let's bring the blues in a bit more. So what we'll do is go to the blues and bring the saturation upon the blues. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's quite nice. That's quite nice. And we'll go for those oranges, and maybe you can bring the saturation upon the oranges a bit. Oh, we've got quite dramatic now. Look at this. We're getting good. Got to watch out for those highlights though.
What's the difference between noise with luminosity and colour saturation, Glenn?
It's mainly if you, it's because it was probably slightly underexposed down here. And what was that? What was the ISO? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't. Oh gosh, no, I don't remember. No.
If I just zoom in, you see there is quite a chunk of noise down here in the shadows. But I mean, it is. It was obviously quite sort of, you know, dark. So what we can do is we'll throw in some noise reduction, and I think that will help with that. What I might do is let me just dehaze. I'm not sure if this will put a bit more blue into it. Maybe a bit too much. Let's throw a bit of golden hour in as well. Oh, that looked kind of nice. Well, that went nice there. That's really brought. This was nice around here with the water. We're really bringing that water in there, aren't we? Right, let's throw some denoise in there then. Luminance denoise. We're gonna have to take so let's zoom into 100% so we can see what's going on. Okay, so this is it off. This is it on. You can see that or not. There's also some colour noise in there as well. Just take the colour noise out. There, that's taken quite a lot of that out.
Would you brighten the rocks up very slightly? The trouble is it will.
I'm just thinking that. I mean, they would be in the shade. I can bring them up a touch, but I think I might leave them where they are. But we'll see. Let's just bring up.
It's a trade-off, isn't it?
If in doubt.
That's better.
Do you think so? I'm not sure.
Well, my personal, I think so. I think that's nice. But trouble is, it's going to bring the noise forward a bit as well.
Might just bring them a smidge.
Like you said earlier, it comes down to personal taste, doesn't it?
Yeah. Might just bring them up a smidgeroony. I want to see some detailing, but I don't want to. I want your eyes to go back here, you see. So if they're too bright, they'll. I think what we might do though is, yeah, I think if they're too bright, they will they'll catch your eye. Just on there, autumn effect. Let's just try a bit of autumn effect.
Gosh, what's that? What's an autumn effect?
Autumn effect is like a glow. So if I put this up, you'll see it. What it does, just gives it a kind of. Oh, it's kind of nice. It'll also take a bit of the noise out. Type 1. You've got type 1 and type 2, and I've got to be honest. You just really got to look at them and see which one you like the best. think I prefer type 2 on this one. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It just adds a bit of a glow. In fact, I tell you what, while we're talking about glow, we can go to here. There's this one called Mystical, and this again, just you bring it up and it just kind of gives it a, there you go. Oh, it's a bit too much, that is. Just gives it a bit of a glow, kind of a dreamy kind of a thing. Not sure if I like it. Might lose it. Not sure if I like that. Vignette. Choose subject. I want to keep the light. I want to keep it here in the middle. So advanced. Bring it down. Bring the feather down so we can see. There we go. And that's probably about right, actually. Yeah. Probably about the right position. Come back to the centre. That's too much. There we are. I think that's kind of good. There's also, actually, this is something that that Lightroom doesn't have, which I think is kind of nice. You've got this one called Inner Light. So obviously what the feather does is it kind of feathers the whole thing down in. But what the Inner Light does, if you imagine the feather kind of in reverse, what Inner Light does is it actually is the opposite to feather, and it kind of brings up the central bit. See? So you see I can kind of start to accentuate those kind of light beams a little bit, and it just keeps the eye nicely in the shot. And what I might just do is I might just position that feather a tiny bit higher just to keep the light up there. This is kind of nice down here now. Just in a matter of interest, I wonder what happens. Nah, go back to where I was. That's it, good. Okay, I think that's probably not too bad. Let's have a look. And before, ooh, after. That's not bad, is it?
Nice.
That's nice.
Big
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Terrific.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good.
Nice.
Good. So that was fun. I enjoyed that. That was great. So let's just have a quick look at Lost Edits recently edited. So here we go. So here we go. There we are. That's quite nice. Oh, that's not one of ours from today. Neither that. Neither that. There you go. That one is. Yeah. Looks slightly different actually now.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. That's what, just,
When it saves the picture at the end,
yeah.
does it save as a JPEG or?
There it is.
That's it, popped in there. You've got a choice actually. So if you want to export a picture, then you come to this button here and on this, and you say export, and then you've got all these choices. So you can say JPEG, TIFF, PNG, PDF, Photoshop document, and also you can change the size. So you can change the dimensions of it and everything as well, and just export them out. That's what I did with that one of Daryl's earlier on. So what else do we have? Library again. Did that one? That wasn't ours. That wasn't ours. This one, the Daryl's. Thought this one came out. Actually, I have to say, I thought this one came out really good. This one, Daryl. I think this one came out brilliant. I mean, your edit was quite similar as well, so that's good.
It almost looks like a studio, doesn't it, rather than a street.
Where was the light coming from?
On the right, it was at 45 degrees and above Ben on a long pole, just one softbox, a small softbox.
Ah, so it's artificial light, not natural.
No, no. It would have been too dark without that.
Yeah.
And what it does is it obviously puts him in the landscape, so exposed for, you know, the background, and then you just take the shot with the softbox, and it gives you both. You know, you've got your background, but you've got him popping in it. It's I like that effect a lot.
It's nice. I must admit, it's good.
It's a good shot. It's a good shot. And there you go. So yeah, here we go, Jim. So I think that one came out pretty cool.
So I think that would look great in black and white as well.
We can do that. We can have a look at the old black and whitey. Yeah. So generally speaking, if you're going to go to black and white, you generally want to come back up and add a bit of contrast in it. They tend to benefit from a bit of extra contrast. And this one might bring it.
Yeah, that works well.
Yeah.
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 Very good.
I like the black and white one. I think that's good. they're both nice, but I like that one more. I think it's really good.
Yeah. Good. Like that, Jim.
Yeah.
Yes, very good.
The main thing is we solved your issue of the
Sky, yeah,
horizon.
the transition.
Yeah. And Karen's. So the before and after doesn't give you the crop as well, so that's always a bit odd. But I think that's better. You understood what I said meant about the weight, Karen?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I'd only just gone out with my new camera, and I'd got that big boot on my foot, so I didn't want to.
Right.
I was just snapping pictures. And when you said you wanted 3 yesterday, I just thought, oh, with the last 3 pictures I took, so there's nothing special. That's my excuse anyway.
Fair enough. There you go. Yeah, so that's Andy's. So I think that looks better, Andy, as well.
And it does. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Good. And then finally, I think, is it finally? Oh, we've got 2 more. Yeah. I mean, it's just let it. Oh, this is interesting actually. It's obviously got to render out again, but you can see where I've straightened it up. And this should hopefully pop in a second. There you go. You decided to go with the black and white. Cool. And then finally, I think it might be the next one. There you go. And that one came with a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, good. Really brought the bridge out. Lovely with the sky and everything.
Yeah.
Colours. You've certainly got every colour going there: red, green, and blue. So a whole lot. Excellent. There we go, guys. Is that good?
That was really good. Thank you.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Good, thank you.
What did I say I was going to do next week? I can't remember. Camera settings. Thank you. That was what it was. Yes. So next week. Oh, I like your suggestion, Andy, but I can't really do it over 2 nights because there aren't that many people with Canons, mate. I think there's only who's got a Canon.
I have, yeah.
So I think there's only 2 of you with Canon.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't
Really?
be for 2 of you. Yeah. You know, most people are sensible.
Oh, thank you.
How rude.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah. So next week, what we'll do is we'll look at little-known camera settings. So have your cameras ready. I'll try and find settings that are applicable to the Canon and the Nikon. So we've got, you don't mind using your Canon, you'll probably find them in your Sony's, Daryl, but obviously I can't cover every single camera, but hopefully you'll find them there. And yeah, so we'll do camera settings and 1 or 2 little things that you might not know about. I think I mentioned one of them last week. If you haven't got set, it's quite useful. You can have an artificial horizon, and I did notice a couple of people today had trouble with their horizons. So there is an artificial horizon. I'll try and point that one out to you as well.
Is that in the viewfinder, Glenn, or is that
you can have it in the viewfinder? Certainly on the Nikons, it appears in the viewfinder, and if you go into live view, it appears on the back screen.
Yeah, I've got it on live view, but I've never seen it in the viewfinder.
In the viewfinder, it's not the same. It's in the viewfinder. It's a central line. It's a bit like the exposure thing. So it's a central line with dots either side, and as you do this, the dots will rock.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So that's kind of useful for getting things straight. I'm not sure what else I'll throw in there. There's some. Oh, I'll tell you what I will cover because I always asked about it. I will cover how to do back button focus, and I will explain how that works for those that have never tried it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll do that one.
What about doing bracketing for people as well, Glenn? Because some people may not know how to set it up for the number of shots and the different exposures. That might be
that's a useful one. I use that one all the time. So we can look at bracketing. Trying to think if there's anything else.
Are there any sort of? I think I've seen it on the Nikon, but I've never actually used it. Any sort of presets that you can use. So if you take a shot regularly, as Daryl's just said, you know, if you choose to take a lot of bracketed shots, so rather than having to go in, there's just a single button that says.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, depending on which camera you've got, but if you've got any of the mid-range Nikon 7000 series and above, then there's the custom functions, and what you can do is you set up the custom functions, set it once. I use that all the time. In fact, I use it tonight. it's custom. In fact, it's user on a Canon. Nikon is custom on a Canon. User 1, user 2. I've actually got mine set up for bracketing, and so if I want a 1-stop bracket, it's user 1. Want a 2-stop bracket, it's user 2.
Yeah.
So you can bracket within seconds.
Yeah, that'd be useful to.
I'll talk through that. Yeah.
So we get the manual out again.
Good. Right then, folks. Lovely.
Thank you very much, Grant.
Thank you. Yeah.
Any questions, send them over to me, and I'll see you again next week.
Next week.
Okay. Thanks, Glenn.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.